team, we could be set for some actual off-the-field good news. Yes, hello everyone. Now, a disclaimer. I apologise in advance. Yes, I've been suffering with man flu for a number of days, and I know what you're thinking, and it's fine. I know you're thinking, wow, Sam, you are such a brave soldier. I cannot believe you are still making content when on the verge of just shocking flu and cold symptoms. But it's okay. I did what any self-asserting man would do in this situation. I spent 3 days in bed. But I am now relatively fine, and we go on. We go again, and we continue. Anyway, to the news of the day, which is that Anthony Gordon has seen a breakthrough in contract talks and could be set to sign a new long-term deal at Newcastle United. Thankfully, some good news possibly in the offing. Now, this has been widely reported by various saucy sources up and down. I say up and down, around the northeast. So that should hopefully put an end to any speculation that may or may not come around once again in January and the months leading up to the next window, which is huge for Newcastle. We know this. He will be in line with the top earners at the club, which is to be expected, having the season he's had. If Lee Carsley's to remain in charge of England, you would think that he would be an England regular now. You would certainly hope so. And hopefully it can draw a line under a bit of a poor start for Gordon. And, you know, we can all agree he hasn't really quite looked himself. Can a contract dispute affect things on the pitch? Absolutely it can. Could a disappointing summer Euros affect things on the pitch? Yes, it can, mentally. It's not been all doom and gloom for Gordon. I thought he played exceptionally well against Wolves and was very unlucky not to score. However, he's not looked himself. I can imagine it being frustrating with him with the form of Barnes, that he's had to be played through the centre, he's had to be played on the right. But if you're Eddie Howe, it's the only real option he's had. It'll be interesting to see how they line up on Saturday afternoon against Man City. Early kickoff, of course. I will be up there for that game. Am I looking forward to it? Yeah. You think no Rodri, no De Bruyne, you'd be rubbing your hands together, and you think, well, they'll have Kovacic, they'll have Gundogan, who just gets better with age. Bernardo Silva always bloody scores against us, and just a small matter of Haaland. What could possibly go wrong? But we remain confident. Anyway, it's Gordon's time to shine. It's Gordon's time to get back to business, get back to what he's good at. Running at defenders, scaring the living daylights out of them, getting fouls, making things happen, and really pressing and pushing onto his season. Hopefully, this can have a line drawn under it and be signed, sealed, and announced very, very soon. So we can really kick things on. This is still part of the fallout from the absolute shambles of the summer window. If you think back to the end of last season, Gordon making the England squad for the Euros, happy days. A new contract was in the offing. There was supposedly a new contract for Alexander Isak as well, which was all drawn up and agreed, and all that was left to do was to have the two signatures, one off the club and one off Isak, and that was that done. But for one reason or another, neither have come to fruition, and we all know what happened with the transfer window in the summer as well. So this can hopefully be the start of putting things right at Newcastle behind the scenes, getting the assets tied down for the long term. There's also rumours circulating, but again, this hasn't been widely reported by reputable sources, but I'll mention it anyway, and you can make of it what you will. I mean, some of it kind of does make sense, but there could be set... new contracts could be set for Cher, Byrne and Sean Longstaff as well. I know Sean Longstaff isn't everyone's cup of tea, but it makes sense. Why would you let him go on a free? And Cher and Byrne, you would think it's 1 or 2 years extensions given their age, that they're on the wrong side of 30. barring the performance at Fulham last weekend, they've been decent. They've been more than decent, haven't they? But Fulham was one to forget, and hopefully we see a reaction and something to move on for as we approach the weekend and beyond. Big run of fixtures upcoming, starting with the toughest of the tough. So hopefully we can start with some good news and roll on into Wimbledon, get them out of the way, and set for another positive run and hopefully some improved performances. But as always, let me know what you guys think about the upcoming contract and, hopefully how Mitchell are working in tandem well together and, all seems well. But, fingers crossed, Gordon's contract gets the final, the I's dotted, the T's crossed and everything signed and all hunky-dory, and it can be announced soon. Also, if you're watching this on Thursday night, keep an eye out for the new range of the Adidas retro gear that's coming out Friday morning as well before Eddie Howe's presser. Oh, it looks absolute filth in the best possible way, and I can't wait. It's going to be a lean month after I've finished on the club shop. But nonetheless, like and subscribe, and as always, stay tuned to Newcastle Fans TV.